Hello everyone, this is Deepak Sutaria from Vasishtha Vidyalay. Today I am going to talk about class 7th, chapter number 8, winds, storms and cyclone. Student, I have made three parts of this chapter. So first part I will discuss about winds. So let us start with the winds. Now first of all, what is wind? So we all know that when the air comes into the movement, right? So it produces a wind, or we can say that when the air moves in a flow in a particular direction, which is known as a wind. And we all know that air exert pressure, right? We have discussed this topic in our previous chapter, force and pressure. We all know that air exert a pressure. So here one activity is given. So we all know that a fresh water is poured over the hot can. The steam in the can condenses and converts into the water. So this is in result reducing the amount of air that is present in water. So here the pressure of the air outside can becomes more than the pressure of the air inside the can, right? Here in outside the pressure is produced more compared to inside the can. So in this result the compressing of the can, so therefore it proves that air exerts the pressure. You can see in this figure, right? Now second thing about flow of air. Now when the speed of the wind is increased, it lower down the air pressure, right? When the speed of the wind is increased, then what happen? Air pressure is lower, or we can say decreasing. So therefore we can say that air flows from the region of high pressure to low pressure. Okay. Now second thing is the speed of the air or winds. So the speed of air or wind depends on the difference between the pressure of the two regions. If the difference between the pressure is increased, then speed of the air also increase. You must remember this point. If the difference between two pressure is increased, then what happen? Speed of the air is also increase. Next we will discuss about the hot air and cold air. Now what is hot and cold air? So when the air is heated, it expand, right? When we talk about the hot air, so what happen in the hot air? So when it is heated, then what happen? It expand, right? As a result, it occupies more space and become lighter in weight. Therefore we can say that warm air is light in weight and cold air is heavy, right? Here the most important difference between hot and cold air is weight. Hot air is very lighter in weight and cold is heavier than hot air. So second thing is, why does the smoke move in upward direction? So we all know that smoke is a hot air, right? So hot air is lighter, hence it is move in a upward direction. Okay. Now how convection in air occurs? Now you can see in this figure, when the hot air in a region rise up, then what happen? Pressure become low in that region, right? As a result, the colder air fills its place. So this is how conventional air is occur. Now you can see in this figure, student, when the sun warms the land, then what happen? The warms the air, right? So air becomes warms. Now you can see when the sun rays are falls on the land, then the air surrounding on the land are become hot, right? Or we can say air warms. So next we all know that the hot air are very lighter in weight, so it's come into the upward direction and less dense warm air rise, right? After that the air gets cooled down, right? And they become higher into the atmosphere. When we go up to the higher place, then what happen? The air gets cooled down, right? So as a result, what happen? Cold dense air sink and comes to in the downward direction, and they form a wind, right? So in this way the wind is produced, and we can say this is the convection in air. Now generation of wind occurs due to the uneven heating of the earth. Now here two important situations we have to discuss. First one is uneven heating between the equator and poles cause the north-south winds. So first of all we will discuss about how this wind is produced. So when we know that the earth is divided into two circular lines, right, which is known as the latitude, that specify the north south position of the place on the globe, right? Now second thing is The equator is latitude that is perpendicular to the axis of the earth rotation, right? The region that are close to the equator receive maximum sunlight to the earth. Whatever the region are close to the equator, they receive maximum sunlight on the earth, right? And hence the air in this region is generally warm. So the warm air therefore rise above and cold their air, and from the latitude around the equator move in the place. Now you can see similarly cold winds north and south poles move towards the equator and the neighboring the latitude, and the direction circulation of the wind take place on the earth. Now you can see in this figure the wind flow in the pattern because of the uneven heating on the land, right? Here uneven heating on the land is occur, that is the reason why here different direction of the wind you can see. You might observe in this figure that direction of the wind is not exactly from the north to south, right? You can see this is not exactly from the north to south and south to north. This diversion in the direction of the wind occur because the earth rotation, right? Why this kind of thing is happened? Because of the earth is rotating, that is the reason why. Okay, now second thing is uneven heating of the land and water cause monsoon winds on the earth, which brings rainfall. So in the summer season we all know that the land near equator gets warmer, right? And its temperature gradually remain higher than the ocean. As a result, what happen? What are above the land is rise, and the cold air from the ocean moves toward the land. So these winds are called monsoon winds, right? And since these winds come from the ocean, they carry water with them. In similar way, the winds in the winter season move from the lands toward the ocean, right? So in this way we will get the cool or warm air. Now you can see in this is the map of the India, and this is the direction of the wind, right? So in this way the monsoon direction of the monsoon wind in India, right? So in this way the monsoon is comes in our India in this particular direction from the ocean to our land. So these are the things about the wind. So I hope all of you understood this topic, and in the next part we will discuss about the cyclones and thunderstorm. Okay, bye everyone. Thank you for watching this video.